Thursday. From Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's a special Halloween presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos taking on Carson Wentz and the Washington football team.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Washington football team. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a 7-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his 10th NFL season now. And that's Russell Wilson.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, tried to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, that could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Russell Wilson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They're led by their 6-year quarterback out of North Dakota State, a former Pro Bowler, Carson Wentz.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
shifts by him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. At Washington, they feel like they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. 7 yards the pick up there. Working with a 2nd and 3. On play action, Wentz. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing now is Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially open the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. On 1st down, Wilson flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Wilson on 1st down. That's complete, Akure Buna. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Well, that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Flush to his right. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll roll him out right. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire...
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Throwing is Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Second down and goal. Wilson, touchdown! Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 17-3. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up.
He's got it to Williams. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. K.J. Hamler deep for the Broncos.
This will be fielded at the 17. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson rolling to his right. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And he'll just get rid of it.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Throw to the right here to Gordon. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson.
That's caught left side by Judy.
Touchdown Broncos. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Witz's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Wentz now on 1st down.
And yet again, it's McLaurin.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll start out west at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, and the Patriots have the lead in the final stages before halftime. Damian Harris with both of their touchdowns thus far as he scored twice on the ground. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow leading the way again as his guys run their mark to 8-1. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns, and he has run for another. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Again, Gordon.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. And incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
It's a 1st down and more for Gibson.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 23-yard line.
The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On 1st down, Wentz. And he will find his man, Samuel.
Touchdown, Washington.
Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. KJ Hamler returning it.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Able to get this to Gordon. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
So for Ron Rivera, challenging that call turns out to be the right decision.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams at a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And McManus able to put it through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wentz.
Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
That catch good for only a couple. Wentz to throw again. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Wentz now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Sims. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Randy Gregory able to record his 5th sack of the season. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw there complete to Sims.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. And it's caught. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a... And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30, past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now, Wentz again.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos,
the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year.
And they'll hit the road